Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. Welcome to Chit Chat with QT. The views that I express are my own personal opinions and reactions for research and commentary, and everything is alleged. Join me while I discuss hot topics, reality TV, celebrity news, and more. Please make sure to like the video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. So let's get into the video, guys. This is my recap of Love in Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 11, Destined for Better. So this episode starts off with Stormy shooting a commercial. She has Tiffany there to model, and Mel shows up to support, and then the ladies sit down to talk. So Stormy had on her Death What's Up t-shirt, and Mel thought it was really cute. Now, I'm sure you guys remember That's What's Up, That's What's Up, that Stormy told Destiny at the Galentine's event. So yeah, she has t-shirts that she's made, and I'm assuming she's selling them. But anyway, Mel starts off giving Stormy props about the peace party and how great it was, how everybody got along, and all of that. Stormy said that she prayed about that and how she manifested it, and it turned out exactly how she wanted. So I guess that's the spiritual side of Stormy that her husband Courtney was talking about. Mel then tells them it was so amazing that her and Destiny met up at Destiny's photo shoot to talk. And Tiffany and Stormy both were so shocked. They asked her if she went. She stated she did for a few minutes. And Tiffany said, "You're downplaying that. That's a good gesture." She then asked Mel if her and Destiny are now friends. And Mel hit her with the girl bye expression all over her face. Mel says no, she went by, they talked, they laughed a little bit, and she left. That's it. But Tiffany and Stormy were still super excited, and Mel really wasn't trying to hear all of that, if you ask me. They felt like it was a step in the right direction of rekindling their friendship. And Mel again says she was just trying to be cordial. Tiffany said it's not being cordial if someone invites you out. And then Mel in her confessional said that it's very frustrating with people when they make it seem like you have to deal with certain people or that you have to be friends after you've chosen to cut them off for a reason. And you guys know I love me some Mel, but sis should have declined the invite, if you ask me. Now, I totally get why she doesn't want to be friends with Destiny, but that meetup would give everyone the impression that rekindling was possible. Me personally, I wouldn't have went at all. But Mel then goes on to tell them about the trip that she has planned to Destin. She stated that basically this has been a tradition they've always went. Since she divorced Martell, she's taken the kids here and there, and she thought it would be a good idea to invite Martell and his mom. And the girls, Stormy and Tiffany, lost it again, saying, "Wait, what? This is a big deal." So Stormy wants to know why. Tiffany says because it's the best thing for the kids and prioritizing her kids. And Stormy said, "Yeah, no, but I'm talking about Martell and his mama." Mel then says she's in such a good, peaceful place, and she decided to be the bigger person and invite Martell. She does see growth in him, and all the bitter, childish, and petty stuff that he used to do when she first left him had stopped. So she decided to give it a shot. She said it's for the kids, and she hopes that Martell doesn't take it the wrong way and start sending her pictures of them as a family and all of that. She said hopefully the trip will not open that door. And baby, we all know a few short weeks after that trip, is when all hell broke loose on the internet. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see what happened, what caused that breakdown. Not sure if it happened exactly in Destined or if it's something that happened once they returned. But I guess we'll see on the second part of this episode that's coming up this coming Saturday. Next, we have Destiny and her cousin Demi. They are at Destiny's house. They have a line that they're collaborating with that's coming out called Madani and Demure. So they toast up to that. And then Demi pulls out some of her lipstick products. And I was confused because Destiny didn't pull out anything. So what's going to be the collaboration? Is Demi going to put her products in Destiny's store? Does Destiny have any products to add to the line? They didn't show anything. Again, they just showed Demi. But Demi then tells Destiny that she wants to have a 90s inspired party. And Destiny, with her petty ass, said, yeah, we can put it on those heifers. Oh, I mean those girls from the other night. Here goes that stank-a-dank ass behavior. Destiny will always rear her ugly head when it comes to her bucking her eyes, saying shit like this, because in spite of everything, even with Mel saying that she really doesn't want to have a friendship with Destiny, she hasn't called her out her name or anything like that. And if you ask me, all of the ladies should take offense to Destiny's comment. Why do they have to be heifers, Destiny? I swear all Destiny knows how to do to me is be petty and beg for business opportunities. But Demi then asks Destiny if she thinks that the ladies will come, and Destiny says that they should. Demi then goes on to say how she's been knowing everybody, how she did Mel's makeup and Kimmy's makeup and all of that. And then she also said that she went to school with Martell. And I thought to myself, Lord, is Demi going to be another one of Martell's concubines? She went to high school with Martell. Melnica went to high school with Martell. Is Huntsville that damn small? But they too start talking about the peace party. And Demi said that she found it very interesting the moment Mel said we need to normalize people just not like dealing with each other. Demi says she could be a kumbaya type of person, but at the same time, after so long with BS, you just have to cut folks off. And she's right. Destiny then says she believes her and Mel agreed to that. She then tells Demi how Mel came by her photo shoot and how they talked, and they're in a place where they can be amicable, even though she would never forget. And again, I was confused. You won't forget what, Destiny? Destiny is still acting like whatever Mel did to her hurt her so much, and she won't forget. Now, you're on a whole reality show, and I would think that you would go into great detail about the hurt that you experienced, because on the outside looking in, all we've seen is Mel telling you she overheard you and Tisha talking about her in the hotel room at the last reunion. We also saw Destiny going on a little press tour, calling Mel a bad friend, a master manipulator, and all of that. So I'm still confused what Destiny won't forget. But one thing she has forgotten is to pay Mel back those thousands of dollars. But let me move on. Demi says, sounds like y'all are back where y'all were, and that it's really bothering you. Destiny says it's really not. And she says how you rock in a friendship, and most people in relationships and friendships go through opposition, and how you act in opposition shows how you can move forward. And she said she felt like how Mel behaved in opposition is not something that she can rock with. Now again, Destiny, if you don't get out of here with this victim role, please. Destiny was hopeful as hell when her and Mel met up. asking Mel if she still loved her. They're playing around with each other while they're trying to get Destiny to pose for pictures. Destiny then tried to get Mel to pose for pictures. And if Mel had said, okay, girl, let's let bygones be bygones and be friends, Destiny wouldn't have said any of that opposition shit, period. But we know Mel shut her down, said that she's good on that, and that they can be cordial. And I would say someone rocking a certain way during opposition would be Destiny, hooking up with the ops, the Scotts, running back telling Martell everything. That shows how you rock in opposition, Destiny. And that's where her and Martell both act just alike to me, because they have never, in my opinion, really taken accountability for their own actions, and they're going to make themselves out to be the victims. And I'm not sure if this confessional that they showed of Destiny was taped before her and Mel met up, because she said something totally different in her confessional. She said as close as her and Mel used to be, she knows people change, circumstances change, and the reality of it is that the friendship that they had and the space they're in doesn't feel good. And she has to learn to move forward with that. So if she is the one that has to learn to move forward with that, is she not rocking with Mel, or is Mel not rocking with her? So after Destiny's confessional, they cut back to Destiny and Demi, and Demi says, I know there's an inkling, a small piece of you, Destiny, that don't give a F. And then Destiny repeated to Demi what Mel said to her. She says, no, I care about her and her well-being. So Demi asks Destiny, so if Mel says she loves you, Destiny says she did say that. And again, Destiny, you asked Mel if she still loved you, but whatever. But Demi said, if y'all got to a point of friendship, you gonna say no? Destiny says yes. Demi asks again, so you're just going to say no if you guys could have a friendship? Destiny says yes again. Demi then, looking confused, says, okay, well, I respect your answers and that you and Mel both have spoken your piece and you're moving on to being the boss bees that you are. And Destiny said 100. And I'm not buying any of that shit that Destiny just said. None of it. Because like I said, if Mel was open to the friendship, then Destiny would be right there, bucking ass and all. So the next scene is Mel at home packing for the trip to Destined. She stated it was a favorite spot for all of them and how excited she is to see the kids, grandparents, and their dad, everyone together at one time. Miss Van is there, she's packing lunches, and Mel asks her if she's excited. She said she is. Mel then tells Miss Van that Martell will be coming and that she invited his mom. Miss Van says she hadn't seen his mom since the divorce. And you know, to me, that's a big downside to divorces because everyone ends up being affected. But anyway, Miss Van asked Mel how the combo went with Martell's mom. Mel said that they spoke, and they spoke about her calling Mel lazy. And Miss Van said, yeah, that made me feel some type of way too. But she said maybe her and Marlene could have a talk to clear the air. And she stated how they all used to take trips together and how much fun it was. And she feels that this will be amazing that they all can get along, be in the same place and space, and be cordial. We then go to Martell and his mom at his house, and he's also packing. And Miss Marlene asks him if he's excited and if he's nervous. And he said he's definitely nervous and how it's been a couple years. And Marlene said it's all about the kids. And then Martell said, yeah, but it's about me and Mel too. He said that they've been through a lot together, but they've been in a much better place over the last few weeks. And I thought to myself, few weeks? That's how long it's been that Martell has been on his best behavior? I can see how things went downhill. But let me continue. But Miss Marlene reminisced about the good times that they used to have, and she said that she's so happy that the kids will be able to experience this. And then Martell then told her about when he, Marceau, and Maurice, all of the guys met up to play basketball, and how they mentioned how going on vacation can give the kids false hope. And he asked his mom what she thought about it. And she said, talk to your children. Those are y'all's children. And do what you do. And how he and Mel need to stay on the same page, because again, it's all about the children. And then they show Martell in his confessional. He stated he didn't agree with Marceau and Maurice, that he and Mel shouldn't do certain things together because the kids will get hopeful and that they would get back together. And then they go back to Mel and Miss Van. Miss Van asks Mel, did she plan on talking to Martell about anything? And Mel says she doesn't plan to have any conversations where they would go back and forth, or any disagreements or triggers or anything like that. And she said, although she is in a good place mentally, she knows just like that, things can change. And then we go back to Martell and his confessional, and this is about the video that I did this past Saturday, where he was saying that he feels that he and the kids should be hopeful. We don't know what's in store. Him and Mel could possibly get back together. And yeah, Martell, I think that's all you, bruh. Mel has made sure that the kids have attended therapy so they can deal with this divorce. And I think it's time for you to go, Martell, so you can deal with it as well. I mean, anything can happen, but I just don't see Mel getting back with Martell. And then we go to Kimmy and Maurice, and they're in the car, and Kimmy had just finished leaving her first chemo session. And she said that she has to have 16 chemo sessions over 20 weeks, and then surgery, and then radiation, and then the celebration. And that is a lot, but Kimmy seems very optimistic, as she should. She said they tested her and there is not any cancer anywhere else in her body, and that they did a genetic test and nothing was found, and that's great news. But she did say her doctor basically made it plain to her and said that there was no positive in triple negative breast cancer, and she stated she appreciated him for that because you can get a sense of false hope. Maurice says how they're both trying to remain optimistic, but they must deal with the reality of the situation. He wants to help her, but he's not the medical professional in their relationship, and that Kimmy is, and she understands the reality of things. Kimmy said how quick it's been. She said it's only been 2 weeks since she found the lumps until her first chemo appointment. And next they show Mel and the kiddos in the car on their way to Destined, and they are super excited. She then asks what their most favorite memory of them going to Destined before. And Boss Baby said, well, Dad wearing his shorts with the flowers on them. And I thought that was funny. They all got a chuckle. And Mel was like, okay, girl, okay. And Mel said her favorite memory was of the kids building sand castles. And in her confessional, she said that towards the end of the marriage, the kids saw and felt a lot of tension. And with this trip, she's hoping to create more positive memories. We then go to Kimmy and Maurice with Kimmy's family. And this again was very sad for me to even talk about in this video. But Kimmy was basically telling them everything that's happened, her treatment plan and all of that. And she talked about how now her mom is moving there to take care of her instead of her originally wanting her mom to move there so Kimmy could take care of her. She also said how Jalen has been affected and how much she loves her son. Jalen spoke. He also wanted to know how he could work out the schedule with Maurice so he can be there to assist when Maurice is not available. And all in all, her family is there to support her in any way possible, and Maurice is as well. Kimmy said in her confessional that she worries about Maurice because he's a fixer and he can't fix this. But like I mentioned, it was sad to even talk about for me. But Kimmy, you got this, and I will continue to keep you in my prayers. Like I said before, she's very optimistic, as she should be. And yeah, we just hope and pray that everything goes well with Kimmy. Now let's go and get into this first day of this Destined trip. So Mel and the kids arrive first, and they excitedly check out the house, and it's a beautiful home. And what I most like about this scene is Mel is a single mom. She made this shit happen on her own, and it should be celebrated. Because in spite of what she's been through with Martell, she's making it do what it do for her and her babies. And then old scoop bald head ass Martell pulls up with his mama, and he had to stand at the door and ring the bell. This dude went from being the head of the household to a guest on the damn porch waiting to be let in. But after Tank opens the door for Martell, they go on in and everyone greets each other. And Martell and Mel hug awkwardly, and he gives her her favorite snack that he picked up. Now, it wasn't the exact kind that she likes, but Mel said in her confessional that it was sweet of him, and it's the thought that counts. And shit like this just makes me so upset with Martell's ass. Because just look around at all that you messed up. And I'm not sure if I would feel differently had Martell, let's say, fell in love with someone else that had it going on and all of that. Maybe I would feel a little different. But to lose all of this for Coleslaw, who probably can't even offer his ass a trip to Walmart, is beyond me. But I digress. So Martell in his confessional says that the reason for the trip is as a family for the kids to have good memories going forward since they're getting older. And yeah, Martell, thank goodness that their mama planned and paid for this trip. But we go back to Mel telling them the itinerary for the days that they'll be there. And she says that they'll have pizza arriving shortly, and a chef would be flying in for the next day, and her mom would be arriving the next day as well. They all then walk outside to take a view of the beach, and they're all standing on the porch. And Mel said in her confessional that this is the first trip as a divorced couple, and things could go really well or things could go really bad. And then she bowed her head in prayer. And I was thinking sis probably needed a prayer, some holy water, and a priest to baptize Martell's ass. Just my opinion. But Mel then tells everyone that the food is there, the pizza had arrived, and she was pissed because they messed up her order. And just by chance, Mel ordered Martell's favorite, lemon pepper wings and pepperoni and sausage pizza. And the company screwed it up, and I was thinking even they knew that his ass didn't deserve his favorites. But let me continue. But I will say, and I don't know if saying cute is a good word, but the both of them getting each other their favorites was kind of cute to me. But Mel then goes on to tell Martell how they messed up everything, and she said, and you know how I like my food. And you know how I am if the order ain't right. You know I don't play about my food. And Martell jokes, well, it's been some years. You might play now. But they all laugh about it. And Martell said in his confessional that Mel is being very authentic. No, Martell, she's being what she was, a wife that knew the preferences of her husband. She would have remained authentic. You know what? Let me just move on. But he says it felt good, and it seems like a lot of the old chemistry is still there with them getting along with each other. And he said he loves it. because it seems like back in the day. And then Boss Baby says, Dad, you and Mom both have on white. And Martell said in his confessional how Boss Baby picks up on everything. And Mel said in her confessional that Boss Baby was probably thinking, oh, unity and cohesiveness. But Mel said one thing for sure. She wasn't looking in his closet, and he damn sure wasn't looking in hers. I know that's right, Mel. But then Mel tells Martell, come on, let me show you the rooms upstairs. And Martell said, wait, let's say grace. So they all say grace over the food as a family, and my heart melted again. And I also shook my damn head at Martell again. But he, Mel, the kids, and Marlene say grace over the food, and then he and Mel proceeds to go upstairs to view the rooms. And Mel tells him, I just wanted to show you the sleeping arrangements. And Martell says, we are not sleeping together, Melody. And I said, ill. I don't think that's what she want, Martell. You've been slanging that thing everywhere. And Mel says, yeah, I wasn't going to say that. And then they edited it in the show to make it look like Mel was hurt by that. But she even said in her confessional that Martell wishes that she would want him to be in the same room with her. She says she ain't got time for the jokes, and let's enjoy these kids and positivity, and let's not make anyone feel uncomfortable. So yeah, Mel shut that shit down ASAP. But she tells him the room assignment, and this joker said, I want to sleep on the same floor as my kids, like a big-ass baby. And Mel said, say what? She gave him a look like, you gotta be kidding me. And she told him, look, it's not a big deal. We're all still in the same house. They're gonna be on the floor under you. The bunk beds are down here. And basically, she was telling him to shut your ass up and enjoy this free trip. But he says, okay. But you can tell in that moment, he wanted to control shit like he used to. And Mel wasn't having it. And in her confessional, she said that it was typical Martell. Give him an inch and he'll take a mile. And she said he should just be happy to be there. So she asked Martell how he's feeling. He said it feels like old times and he feels good. He asked her how she feels, and she said she just wants things to stay positive and everyone to keep their energy in the right place, and it should be good. They then high-five each other to good energy. She then tells him, now go ahead, get on out my room now. And he jokes, I don't want to be in your goddamn room. I know you want the old Martell back in your room. And Mel jumps up and slams the door on his ass. Like, boy, bye. But anyway, it was cute. But again, Mel wasn't having it. So Marlene then asked Martell how he feels. He said he feels good. It's good energy. The kids are happy. And he then tells her he was looking at old pictures of them from when they came down before. And it was a picture of him and Mel and 3 of the kids at that time. And they were riding bikes. And I'm sure Martell will not be able to recreate that on this trip. I don't see Mel taking all the kids and riding bikes with him. That's a little more personal, but I guess we'll see on the next episode. They then cut to Mel and the kids, and you can tell that Tank was indeed feeling a little hopeful. So he was just happy that they all were there, getting along. And Mel said, yes, this is for you guys, so we can be able to be around each other, but we are not getting back together. And she said that she just wanted to make sure that they realized that. And in that moment, the kids did not seem disappointed. So it seems like they do understand that their parents are divorced and that they are just on this trip to experience new memories. And they then go to Martell in his confessional, and he's saying that he feels like it's great that his kids do understand divorce. He wants them to be hopeful, doesn't want to cause them any heartbreak under any condition, and he said he's also hopeful. and that we'll see what God has in store for the future. But until then, they will do whatever is best for the children. He tells his mom he wants to keep that up, and he does not want to let anything come in between them. And Marlene said nothing ever did and nothing ever will. And I just looked at the screen because Marlene, what? Martell's penis already came in between everything. So I get that's your son, but let's not act like nothing happened. But it ends with a preview of next week's episode and Martell telling Melody that Tisha and Marceau will be stopping by. Now, Mel acts shocked, but Martell, when he said it, he said, keep in mind, which led me to believe that he already told Mel that. But in this scene, she looked like she did not know. She said what time. He said in 45 minutes. And again, who invites someone else to a place that she paid for? So I'm confused. But it shows Tisha, Marceau, and their kids walking up on the beach. And then it also showed Tisha saying, this is the Mel and Martell that I like. And Mel gave her a look like it's not happening. So yeah, I'm not sure if that was done by the show. I don't believe that they just popped up. It's a 5-6 hour drive from Huntsville. And yeah, I think that everyone had prior knowledge that they'll be there. But I guess we'll see how that turns out. It also ended with a scene or a preview of Kimmy deciding to cut her hair, which is sad as well. But guys, that was basically the scene in a nutshell. Mr. Martell and Mel are under one roof. And like I said earlier in this video, I cannot wait to see if we will see what happened in that house to cause Martell to get on the internet like he did this past summer and cause that big ass ruckus. But for those of you that still has the show blacked out, I hope this video helped as far as what you did not see. And if you did see it, drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on it. This was a pretty long video. I'm trying to do my recaps all in one. My preference is by scenes, but we shall see how long I can continue this. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Please also make sure to like the video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.